This conversation right here just got Nico Harrison fired from his job. A conversation between Rob Pelinka and Nico Harrison, which led to the worst trade in NBA history. Well, for Dallas at least. And a conversation that led to the Lakers getting a generational star for about 30% of his true value. And we all know this trade looks worse and worse with every single passing moment, as Anthony Davis struggles with injury and Luka Doncic, well, the only thing he's struggling with is not averaging a 40-point triple-double. But I don't want to talk about Nico Harrison right now. We need to talk about Rob Pelinka, and more specifically, this Lakers team, because there is no reason this team right now should be 8-3. No LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and Marcus Smart all missing multiple games, and yet this team looks like one of the best teams in the league, and we haven't even seen them close to full health. And if you want to know why the Lakers have been so good, it's because of these guys right here. Obviously, Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves have been incredible, but we expected great things from those guys. Maybe not to this extent, but we knew they were going to be good. Over the offseason, however, Rob Pelinka made multiple signings that people thought were risky. Deandre Ayton, Marcus Smart, even Jake LaRavia was seen as a 50-50 kind of signing. And 11 games into the season, and every single one of these signings has looked like an A+ signing so far. Even Nick Smith Jr. helped them win a game. And we have to talk about Deandre Ayton first, because depending on who you asked, this was either the best signing of the offseason or it was going to be a complete disaster. And those people who thought it would be a disaster, well, they were doing victory laps on the timeline after the first game of the season. Well, how about now? How about an $8 million a year player averaging 16 and 8 on close to 70% from the field and playing 30 minutes a night? And oh yeah, everything we thought would happen when you pair Deandre Ayton with Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves is happening, because he is starting to realize how easy life can be next to these guys. Like here, where he sets the screen for Luka on the curl, and anytime you can throw a lob over the top of Wemby, I mean, you're pretty good. You're Luka Doncic. Or this play where Ayton sets the screen, and this is what makes Luka so good, as he has Castle on his back, but he's not even worried about Castle. He's focused on drawing Olynyk, which creates space for DA. And this has been the adjustment for DA. We all know he loves to get to the middle of the floor, but when you have a guy like Luka Doncic, if you roll to the rim, he is going to find you. And more than ever, he has been getting shots within 10 feet, with over 75% of his attempts this season within 10 feet, which is much more than his last couple of years in Portland. And you'll still see he's a bit slow to roll sometimes, but luckily Luka and AR are so good, it just doesn't really matter. Like here where he sets the screen, he hesitates for a second, but Luka still finds him for the short floater. And with the physical tools he has, you are seeing why he has been one of the most efficient players in basketball this season. When he screens, he rolls, and just waits for Luka Doncic or Austin Reeves to find him. And it's probably worth mentioning, it hasn't just been those two guys who have been setting up Ayton for easy shots. There's been another guy who has added the perfect blend of playmaking and defense to this team for an absolute steal of a contract. All of us here love sports. I mean, you wouldn't be watching if you didn't. Which means we all grew up loving sports cards. And if you're anything like me, you've been missing that feeling of opening a brand new pack of cards. Now this is where Arena Club's original slab packs have you covered. They have taken those physical cards and turned them into a digital platform where you can get authentic graded cards instantly on Arena Club. And there are different tiers of different slab packs, starting at $25 and working all the way up. And every one of those packs has grails worth at least 20 times the amount of the original pack. And I think the best way to demonstrate what is so good and so fun about Arena Club is, just showing you myself. And there you have it, Kevin Durant, the greatest scorer ever, or at least one of the greatest scorers ever, and an estimated value of $180. And you have the choice to hold on to this if you think KD is about to win a championship and his value will go up. You can sell it, or you can keep it and add to your collection of incredible players. And if you want to do what I just did and open packs and add to your collection of cards, then I've got you covered with 20% off your first slab pack when you go to arenaclub.com/6man and use code 6man. You can also click the link in the description and use code 6man. That's arenaclub.com/6man for 20% off your first purchase. Washed. That was what 90% of people thought when the Lakers signed Marcus Smart. But it's crazy when you think only a couple of years ago, he was considered one of the best defenders in the league, one of the best role players in the league. Unfortunately, he then dealt with injuries, and even worse than injuries, he had to play for the Wizards. But now that he's back on a team with actual NBA players and superstars, he can do what he does best, which is all of the little things so well. And obviously, that starts with defense, with him currently 5th in the NBA in steals per game. Just look at him on this play, where Sexton sets the screen, and with Luka unable to switch, Smart just goes around it and just takes the ball from Sexton, and he just does everything on defense. Like this time where Sharp brings the ball up the floor, Klingon is rolling to the rim, and look at Marcus Smart get up there and break it up. And then on the other end of the floor, Marcus Smart might not be the most efficient player in the world, but it's that playmaking that just adds an extra dimension to this Lakers team. Like, watch Smart get the ball at the top of the key and just a beautiful bounce pass to a cutting LaRavia. And this is what I've loved about the Lakers' new signings, in particular Smart and the guy who just received that ball, Jake LaRavia. These guys are both capable of getting the ball and putting it on the floor and then making a play. Just like here, where Marcus Smart recognizes Luka is in trouble, so he cuts to the middle of the floor and it's an instant lob to Jackson Hayes. And should we talk about Jake LaRavia? Because while some fan bases don't even know who he is, he's currently averaging 11.5 points, nearly 5 boards, and nearly 3 assists per game on fantastic efficiency. And what I need you guys to understand is all 3 of these guys I've just mentioned are making a combined $19 million this year. $19 million will normally get you a 6th man, maybe, and the Lakers have picked up 3 starting level players at that price. And whilst Rob Pelinka hasn't been the perfect GM, and he was lucky to get Luka Doncic, this offseason so far, I mean, it's looking perfect at the moment. And you know who deserves a lot of credit? In addition to the signings, in addition to Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and JJ Redick, it's the one guy who's been consistent every single game of the season. He is averaging a career high in scoring, a career high for field goal percentage, and a career high from the three-point line. I'm talking about Rui Hachimura, and I just mentioned it there with his three-point percentage, but what has made Rui so perfect for this team is he's exactly the kind of player you want alongside Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic. It's like here where he catches Knepel sleeping, and Luka makes that look easy, but almost no one else in the league can make that pass. Oh, and then of course you're going to get passes like that.
Doncic doubled, looking, finds Hachimura wide open. Boy, that was tough to see that.
And it's not just the three-point shooting or cutting, but if the defense closes out on him, that's when he can take 1 or 2 dribbles and get to his spot in the mid-range where he is absolutely lethal, like here in transition where Luka finds him, Vassell closes out, and it's just 1 dribble and an effortless pull-up jumper. So far, all of the surrounding pieces around Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves have just perfectly understood what they need to do to capitalize on the advantages that these guys are creating. And Rob Pelinka, not only did you get Nico Harrison fired, but you might have kept your job with the kind of offseason the Lakers have had so far.